If you don't know by now, Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozi are now working together to build this new community platform called Skool. A couple of weeks ago, Alex Hormozi announced that he has invested in Skool, that he's become a really big investor. And in the internet marketing world, in the online world, this is massive news because if you're familiar with Alex Hormozi, he invests in lots of different companies, but he's never really said what companies he invests in, and he has a reason behind this. If you watch some of his content, he explains why. But it's different with Skool because when he invested in it, he made an announcement, and now when you watch any videos with him or any podcasts or anything like that, interviews, he's got the Skool cap, he's wearing a Skool t-shirt, and he's just going all in on Skool. And if you're going to listen to anyone in business, Sam Ovens is obviously an amazing teacher, an amazing mentor, an amazing entrepreneur. He's the guy that changed my life, but he's the guy that built Skool initially. So Alex Hormozi and him are working together. And if you're going to listen to anyone about making money online, one of those two is going to be your best bet. And Alex Hormozi himself has said that if you want to make $10,000 a month, to use Skool in order to do it. Now I've been building a community on Skool for probably the last 3 months now. And in the last month, so only in the last 20 to 30 days, really just the month of January, I've managed to scale my free community to over 360 members. Now, to some people, this might not be anything special. It might be a small amount to a lot of people. And because they're free, it's also probably not a big deal. It's easier to get people to join a free community than a paid one. Eventually, I'll probably transition into paid, but even if you just create a free group, there's so many different ways you can make money from a free group. But the point here is that I've been doing this for quite some time, and I can see the value of having a Skool community, not just because Alex Hormozi and Sam Ovens are telling you to, but because I've actually done it myself. I've been doing it for the last few months, and I can see the value of having either a paid or a free community in order to make money, especially 10K a month. I mean, that's peanuts for really what you could be doing, the potential when it comes to having a Skool community. I think there are some people right now who leverage Skool as part of their stack, so as part of their offering. So whether it's service delivery or consulting or whatever it is, these guys on average are using it to make about $4 million a month. So if there's people out there that make a $4 million a month, I think it's quite acceptable to think that you could make 10K a month. I mean, after all, it's only 10 people paying you $1,000 a month or 20 people paying you $500 a month. And the reason why it's so easy to make 10K a month or more, and I say 10K a month because that's typically the number that someone wants to make if they're working a 9 to 5 and you ask them, hey, what would it take for you to quit your 9 to 5? Like if you could make a certain amount of money to enable you to quit your job so that you could go and do the things that you want, travel the world, whatever it is, usually the number that comes up is 10K a month because it's more most of the time than what most people make in their 9 to 5 with some extra money left over so that they can spend it actually enjoying life. So I know this is possible because although I'm not monetizing my groups just yet, I've been in the business game for a long time. I've sold services, consulting, coaching, informational products, and I've done this without a community. So I know that having a community is going to add more value. And the reason for that is because with a community, I can funnel everyone who could be a potential customer into that community. And I can put information in there that's going to help them solve small problems to build trust. So it shows over time that I'm an authority. But the really cool thing about a community is that I don't have to be the specialist in the communities that I build. That's something that I want to get across to you. If you're watching this video and you're trying to figure out what you can build, if it needs to be related to your business, maybe you don't know what to sell. The cool thing about a Skool community is that you can build it around your interests, and then you can invite people into that community to do masterclasses, to add content. It's very crowdsourced, so everyone kind of helps each other and supports each other over the long term and throughout its time that you have it. When it comes to business, selling things, it's much easier to sell from within a community where people already know who you are. And if you own a community, you're recognized as the owner, as the administrator, as the authority. So if you do release something into that community, you're automatically coming from a position of power. And this is so much different to the usual sales funnel. And if you're familiar with the internet marketing world, you'd probably know who Russell Brunson is. If you don't, he's a guy that owns ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels made a lot of people a lot of money. But the thing with ClickFunnels, the thing with having a sales funnel, landing pages and things like that is that it's one to many. So you're sending a lot of people to a landing page or a sales funnel where they go on that buyer journey on their own. When it comes to a community, people can work together to solve the same problems, to achieve the same goals. And that's what people really want at the end of the day. I know when I first started in business, one of the first things I did was invest money into a community called Tribe or Tribal Mastermind. This community was run by a guy called Matt Laker. It is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because not only have I been able to learn from Matt himself, I've also been able to absorb the information of everyone else within the group. And there are many people within the group that are just as experienced as Matt, if not more, earning just as much money as Matt, if not more. And those are the kind of figures that I want to make in my business. And I've been able to learn from all of these people and absorb all that information from them so that I can actually take my business to the next level. And this mastermind at the time was set up on Facebook. So you had to join a Facebook group, you had to pay money to join. And as part of that, I met so many cool people who I'm still in touch with even today. And although I ended up transitioning away from that community and doing other things, buying other courses, working with other people, joining other masterminds and groups in order to further my education, I still look back on that time and look back at it fondly, because I met so many people that were on the same journey as me. So I see the potential of having a community in whatever niche that you want to create one in, that deals with topics that you're interested in. It can be a community about creating an agency. It can be a self-development community. It can be a content creator community. It can be a community about literally anything that you have an interest in. And so I've built two communities. The main one that I've got is part of my company. Originally, it was just going to be a community for the people that work with me. And I was just going to put all my SOPs and things in there. And then I realized over time that this community could be something far more than what I originally imagined. And so I've repositioned it in a way so that we're collecting more members. Many of them are coming from search, but they're also being referred, which is also cool because it means that the content in that community is good, or at least good enough for people to refer their friends. And one of the cool things about this community is that I can't really tell you specifically who it's for or what its goal is, what it is aiming to accomplish. And that's really the cool thing. And I wanted to make that point here today because there's probably someone watching this now who doesn't know what kind of community to make. And I want to say that it's probably going to evolve over time as you get more ideas. That's the cool, fun thing about entrepreneurship, and it's a cool, fun thing about having a community. At the moment, we're getting lots of entrepreneurs in there who want to get better at making content. And there's also a lot of video editors in there because my company deals a lot with videos. And so at first I was thinking I could use this community as a way to connect video editors with entrepreneurs, help people get jobs. And now it's kind of morphed into something bigger because there's a lot of people join this community because they want to create content, they see the value in it, but they don't have the time to be on camera, or they just don't want to present on camera. Maybe they want to sell their business in the future, they don't want to attach their personal brand to their company. There's a variety of reasons. And there's also people coming in that are already creating content, but they just don't know how to scale it. Because if you look at people like Alex Hormozi or Iman Gadzi, these guys spend tens of thousands of dollars every month paying a team of 10 to 20 people who just focus on distributing their content. So they create all the content, they distribute it for them. That way the owner of the company, whether it's Alex Hormozi or Iman Gadzi or any of these big players that you look at, they don't have to focus on it so much. They've got a team that is creating 50, 60 pieces of content a week. And so as this community morphs and evolves, I'm realizing that certain people are coming into the community with different problems. And I'm able to solve those problems by adding more training and more value into it. And all that does really is increase the trust that I have with the community members and boosts my reputation as an authority in that space, because my company deals with a lot of different things. We can create any type of video. We can create videos for businesses without the business owner or the decision makers being on camera. Whereas over the last few years, most people thought you had to be on camera. And lucky with AI, you don't actually need to, because we can clone people's voices, we can clone what they look like, we can make them move on camera without them having to record a video. So there's little things that we can do. And as the business grows, as there's more technology, there's a lot more stuff that we can do. So we can actually take care of people's content creation. We can do it all for them. We can distribute that content for them in a way that makes sure that the content gets in front of their target audience. And because we've got a community of creators and editors, social media managers, content marketers, and anyone kind of in that space, it also opens up opportunities where we can create new offers or new services, where we can work with a company who might want to bring all of this in-house, so we can actually build out their team for them, by hiring from within the community. So there's a lot of ideas there, and the reason why I'm telling you these ideas is because they're just ideas. I don't know if these are things that we're going to be doing in the future, but I wanted to make the point that your community, your idea, maybe initially it's going to transform and evolve over time depending on who you get in the community and what problems they have. Because at the end of the day, as entrepreneurs, we are paid in direct proportion to the amount of value that we offer and the amount of problems that we solve. So if you start a community thinking that this is the problem, and it's not, but people are joining that community and telling you that there's another problem that you can help them solve, then it's just going to naturally change and evolve over time. There's a lot of people right now that I've seen on YouTube who I sometimes look at, sometimes I consume a lot of their content, or I just know of them. I know that they're big players. Almost all of these people are creating school communities. So the way I see it is that although I'm an early adopter, other people are jumping onto this trend, and it's going to be too late for many people if you don't start now. So I'm hoping that there's enough people to see this video in 2024, because by the end of the year it might be too late, who knows. And there's so many different ways that you can grow your community as well. I've got a masterclass that's in one of my free communities, so I've got two. The first one I've already kind of explained. The second one is to help people build 7-figure businesses that enables them to travel around the world. So it's called 7-Figure Nomads at the time of this video, at least. I might rebrand it, we'll see. But if you want to learn how to create a school community, how to get people in your community, and how you can monetize your community, then just click the link in the description below this video and you can join the 7-Figure Nomads, which will teach you how to do all of that. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below. Like this video for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.